As an added incentive to relocate to the US, the bank will arrange visas for their employees to bring in domestic help. But it's what happens to those domestics once here that is the concern of Joy Zaremka.
We have all sorts of cases. We've had women tell us that, they have not been called by their names. Instead, they're referred to as the slave or the creature. Or there's a Filipino woman who was required to wear a dog collar and even sleep outside on occasions. You hear of a situation where this one woman was forced to kiss her employee's feet. This is happening today, and these are the sort of things that are happening right here on American soil. And for a lot of Americans, that's almost unfathomable.
To coincide with the World Bank's spring meetings, Joy is organising a protest team to highlight the plight of domestic workers and join the main demonstration against the bank. Her latest client, Dora, was brought over to work for an employee of the World Bank last year. But once in the US, Dora was made to work 7 days a week and forbidden to leave the house. After her requests to be paid what she was owed were repeatedly ignored, Dora finally escaped from her employer by jumping from his moving car.
I can't go out, so I have to remain in the house. I cannot use the phone in the house. They saw me writing letters. They said I should stop writing letters. And if I stop writing letters, they can let me stay with them for 1 year. So I should stop writing letters. I should stop communicating with people outside. They gave me a room in the basement, not finished. They only put iron bed with the small student mattress on it for me. And that was all in that room, the bed I slept on.
The house where Dora was imprisoned is in a prosperous suburb just half an hour from central Washington. We contacted her former employers and asked to speak to them. When they didn't respond, we called in person, but their eldest son was sent to answer the door.
Hiya. Is your mum in?
Yeah, she's here.
We're from British Television. We've been talking to Dora, and Dora suggested we go and talk to your mum.
We're about to leave.
Oh, we wouldn't be very long. We'll be very quick. It's just that Dora's been talking about working here, and we'd like to give your mum the opportunity to tell her side of the story.
No, thank you.
So she doesn't want to talk to us?
Once Dora had escaped, she turned to the World Bank for help.
We recognize that there is a problem if a person comes over in domestic worker capacity for somebody that we have a relationship as employer-employee with. I think it's important as an overview to bear in mind that the World Bank's mission is the alleviation of poverty. So if you look at our mission, it would be totally inconsistent for us to retain employees who are abusive to domestic workers. As far as what's going on in this individual case, we are dealing with it. We've made some changes in our rules. If we have to take more, we're certainly going to do that.
I think Dora's case exhibits all that is wrong with the way in which the World Bank is attempting to ameliorate the situation. The domestic worker is the one who's sort of put on trial, who's interrogated, who's seen as the actual perpetrator of the problem, rather than the victim of this abuse.
As part of their investigation, World Bank employees have visited Dora's mother in Ghana 3 times. According to Dora's family, an attempt to hush up the scandal and get Dora to come home. Necessary fact-finding trips, according to the World Bank.
In my mother's letter, she wrote, World Bank in Ghana and Washington, D.C. are harassing me in Ghana here. Dora, this World Bank thought you are one of the girls to carry away to America to put into slavery.
Do you feel the World Bank is in some way responsible?
Yes, because their employer brought me, and that visa is sponsored by them.
Because women like Dora are forbidden to leave the house, many cases are never detected. Even Joy didn't realise she was living next door to a slave.
For about 4 years, I've recently found out that I too was living next to a slave. 2 houses down from where I lived, there was a young girl who was sort of being kept in this home. And we found out that this woman had not ever been paid for all that she did. I mean, this is somebody living right down the road, and I didn't know, And I think that's what makes this this problem so I mean, it's so underexposed right now. There is so little awareness. Americans don't want to believe that modern-day slavery is occurring.
Joy arranged for us to meet the woman who had been her neighbour, together with 2 other recently liberated girls. All 3 were tricked into coming here with false promises. Forced to work for no money, psychologically terrorised and controlled by violence, they were domestic slaves in the heart of the USA.
She made a promise. While I'm helping her, she's gonna send me to school. So I came here. I was helping her. I lived with her for so long, but she didn't do it. She didn't send me to school.
They just told me that I have to stay with them for some years before going to school, but they didn't tell me that before coming here.
I get up around like 6 o'clock, something 6:30. I go back to bed like around 2:30.
I was helping her, taking care of the kids, doing everything in the house. I wasn't getting paid and stuff. So I lived in the house for about 3.5 to 4 years.
They didn't allow me to go anywhere. I didn't have friends. I was only in the house throughout. They go to work, they come and meet me in the house. They leave me in the house, they come and meet me in the house throughout like that.
I wasn't allowed to use the phone, and I can't write. If I write, they'll open it and look what's inside.
She used to scare me that out there they kill people and stuff, they rape little girls. She always scared me with words like that, so that I couldn't go anywhere. Even I'm planning to run, I cannot because of all what she's saying.
They used to hit me. I can't go for 3 days without them beating me up.
I was just praying that, please, God, if you know I'm not going to stay, I'm going to be in this house without going to school, just leave me out of this house like this.
She calls me, she says, you motherfucker. You're so dumb. You're stupid. Asshole.
And how old were you when you came over?
Yeah, I was 15, turning 16.
14.
Because these women are so emotionally abused and don't believe that they have a right to a better life, this form of slavery often remains hidden.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Joy believes that as awareness of this problem grows, more and more cases will come to light.
It is something that's far more widespread than we know or are willing to admit. And what we're finding is that some of the abusers are Americans. We have a case in New York with the UN. We have a lot of cases with embassies as well. Geneva, we hear that there's things going on in France, in England. I mean, it's not just something that's happening here. We are aware that it is actually a much larger worldwide problem.
Dora, Christina, Rosalind and Judith were able to escape. and can begin to rebuild a life. It's impossible to tell how many other domestic slaves are hidden away in the suburbs of Washington and other cities around the world.
For us, it was time to leave the slaves of Washington and return to India, where there was news of a breakthrough in the search for Chiche's missing son Huro, enslaved in one of India's carpet looms. SACS, the organisation that had been searching for the missing boy Huro, believed he was somewhere in the Indian carpet belt, a huge area centred around the city of Varanasi, 400 miles east of Delhi. The big business here is hand-woven carpets. £16 million worth of carpets come to the UK from India every year.
Where do most of your carpets go to? Which country do most of your carpets
go to? Well, mostly London and America.
London and America.
SACS introduced us to a liberated carpet slave, Bashu, who described the kind of life Huro was probably leading.
In morning 5 o'clock I wake up, then I start to work. Then at night 12 o'clock, where I start to work.
Can you show me with your hands how you would do the work?
Yeah, we do like that. Then you have one, maybe what? Then we do like that.
And where would your hands be injured?
Here, do you know here? Record to loam. Loam is so tight. Then we do like that. Then this finger is move. Then here cut. Okay. So and here is so cut.
Like glass.
Yeah, like glass.
Yeah. What was your master like towards all the other children?
He have one stick, so big.
Stick.
Yeah. Then they're not. We're not work. Then he be you are not working. Then okay, and then child is afraid. Then okay, I'm working. Just don't beat me.
Scattered across the countryside around Varanasi are hundreds of thousands of carpet looms, some of which are worked by child slaves. The looms are built inside normal village houses. From the outside, it's often hard to tell there's a loom within. The entire multi-million-pound export business operates out of small village buildings. No sweatshops, no factories.
Although it's illegal for children under 14 to work, it's generally accepted that children do work as soon as they can earn a living. But slavery is condemned at all levels of Indian society. To try to find Huro, the SACS investigators mingled with the villagers to pick up the names and origins of children at work in the looms. They heard that there were 3 boys from Chiche's village in Bihar working for a loom owner called Munim Gupta.
Posing as buyers for a UK retail chain, we invited Gupta to our hotel room, where we'd prepared a secret camera. He never appeared, but his 2 representatives did.
In England, we do not like to encourage the working of children.
वो बच्चे एकदम
वो इंग्लैंड में
नहीं, जो इस समय तो इंडिया से धीरे-धीरे खत्म हो रही है। यहाँ तो इंडिया से एकदम खत्म हो चुका है। बच्चे वाला कार्य जो है खत्म हो चुका है। अब सभी माने कि ग्रेजुएट आदमी काम करते हैं, इसे 20-25 की उम्र के बाद वाले काम करते हैं, और सभी पढ़े लिखे लोग। सब अच्छे घराने के बच्चे आप तो अगर देखे हैं। होल्डर ऐसा है, लूम होल्डर ऐसा है हम लोग कि जो है उसमें बाहरी आदमी नहीं, सब गाँव के हैं सब।